Hello, everyone. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Nicole. I'm a content creator, relationship coach, and motivational speaker. But I am making this video for you today because I recently watched one of Nino Brown's videos on YouTube, and his video that he made on AIDS and HIV, the new AIDS cases down south, Houston, Carolina, etc. I strongly recommend you look at one of his videos, Nino Brown, on YouTube. And so I just wanted to piggyback off of that. So just to set an expectation, I have someone close to me that is HIV positive, and I want to volunteer some information because people don't know what they don't know, and I hope and pray that this is a blessing to you or someone that you know. Save your life, save someone else's. So they are gay, but this is not a gay disease. I think a lot of times it's promoted as and targeted as if it's gay people or gay men or someone in that community. Anybody can get this. It doesn't matter what your tax bracket is, doesn't matter what your preference is, your race, or anything. With that being said, let me volunteer some information, and I hope and pray that this blesses you. So, this person is gay. They're open and out of the closet, and they're even very open and honest about their status. And I said to him, I was like, wow, that's really impressive, and keep in mind, this person is 6'3". They're roughly about 230 pounds. They're not, out of shape. They're kind of like thick, but they look extremely healthy. Like, you cannot even tell they have this. They came out the closet when they were like 16. They got diagnosed when they were 18. They are 40 years old now. So they got diagnosed at 18. They're 40 now. A lot of people say that, there's a cure for it, and people use Magic Johnson as an example. There's no money in the cure. They probably do have a cure for it, right? But they're not going to give it to regular people because that's not the agenda. So for regular people who don't have money for the cure, let me volunteer some information. So I know several people who work in the prison system. And I don't know if you've heard of the PrEP shot, where, they have the PrEP pill that is supposed to prevent a person who is not infected with AIDS or HIV. If they come in contact with someone who is, it's supposed to prevent them from getting it. And so now they have a PrEP shot that you can take once every 6 months. That shot has been around forever. It was around in the prison system. So my mom was in the military for over 20 years. And one of the places we were stationed at was Texas. And so some of the people aren't like full-time military. So some of the people, they were in the military, but they also had a full-time job at the prison system. And what they would tell me is that if a fight broke out, to make sure that they didn't contact anything, they would immediately give them the shot. Fast forward decades later, the PrEP shot. So yes, there is a cure, and yes, there is prevention, but no, they're not going to give it to regular people because that's not the agenda. Another thing with a friend who is infected, I asked them, I said, well, what's one of the things that helps you to be so open and honest? Originally, when they got diagnosed, they used to take what is called a cocktail. And they had to take like 5 pills a day, certain a time, with food, without food. Now they take 1 pill. But keep in mind, they've had this for a few decades. And so technology has advanced. But it would break their body down. So this person went from like being healthy and very active to having 4 surgeries because of the medication, because of the HIV virus. And this is not a gay disease. This person happens to be gay. They happen to be in that community. But straight people can get it too. Straight men can get it. Straight women can get it. Like, that's why I'm sharing this video. Just like COVID-19 has different strands, so does AIDS and HIV. So PrEP is good for people who don't have the disease. And he says that if he sleeps with someone who is not taking their medication, maybe they're in denial, or they can't afford it, or they got it, but they haven't been diagnosed, whatever that issue is, his medication will stop working because it's a different strand, like COVID, like the flu. Like, I know I personally haven't had the flu shot in several years because I noticed every time I would get the flu shot, I would get sick with the flu really bad. And when I didn't get the flu shot, I didn't get sick. That's because they're injecting you with the flu, but then when you get sick, it's a different strand, right? And that's kind of how his medication works. That's one of the reasons that keeps him open and honest about it, because he has had times in his life where his medication has stopped working. Now, I'm no doctor, I'm no scientist, and I'm no nurse, but I'm giving you an indirect experience from someone who is living it. They're not going to come and make this video, so I'm trying to look out for you as best as I can. This person looks extremely healthy. You don't know they have it if they don't tell you. You can't even tell he's gay if he don't tell you, because he's not overly masculine and he's not flamboyant. He's just like a regular guy. He dressed like a regular guy, talk like a regular guy, everything. So if he don't volunteer any information, you would never know. So I'm trying to look out for you. And I think sometimes in the straight community, a lot of times, people are kind of denial and they're like, oh, that's them. No, it affects everybody. So if a woman can give a man chlamydia, gonorrhea, herpes, crabs, etc., why wouldn't a woman be able to give a man AIDS and HIV? She can give him other STDs. So why wouldn't she be able to infect him with that? So please do not believe the hype. It only takes one time to sleep with the wrong person. Don't let anybody body shame you, especially as women, because a lot of times women get body shamed. Don't let anybody body shame you. Look at their mind chart. If you involved with somebody trying to body shame you, let's deal with the facts and not fiction. Doesn't matter what number you give him or what sexual encounter you keep it real about. No, let's deal with the facts. Let's go to the clinic together. Let's go to the doctors together. Pull up your mind chart. Let me check the date. What is the doctor saying? This AIDS and HIV disease is an AI disease. Why? Because it makes multiple copies of that disease in your body. People don't die from HIV. People die from AIDS. So, with that being said, when it affects your white blood cells, People don't care about their white blood cells until they need them. Your white blood cells are extremely important. So when a disease is constantly attacking your white blood cells, right? Because it's multiplying 1,000 copies of this disease. It's an AI disease. People who are infected and know they have it are taking their medication. It lowers the copies and they can even become undetectable. However, they're not going to give you the cure, especially if you're a regular person. So if they were to stop taking their medication, it will start to multiply those copies again, and they will end up in the hospital and potentially die or be on their deathbed. I'm just volunteer information, because this is what I've seen. You know, when somebody gets diagnosed, you love this person, you care about this person, you want the best for this person, it affects you indirectly, because you don't want to see them go through this. He also talked about the psychological, the mental part of it, you know, taking the pill. When people have sugar diabetes or cancer, you know, people feel bad for you and, you know, things of that nature. So he just talked about the mental support. Oftentimes these medications come with side effects, right? And, you know, it can damage your liver, it can damage your kidneys. We know the importance of the liver and the kidney. People don't care until something happens, but you need those things, right? So, I know sometimes being a woman, being in a relationship, say you're not protecting yourself in your relationship and you assume your man is cheating and you find condoms, be extremely grateful that he stepped out and premeditated and wore a condom. Because, you know, when people get chlamydia or gonorrhea, you know, there might be more of an obvious sign that they are infected, and people are more inclined to go get checked and resolve the issue. When people get infected with AIDS and HIV, there was a girl that was associated with a lot of famous people. She was like an IG model or something. And when she said she discovered that she had had it for probably 10 years. And she was literally on her deathbed, couldn't walk, got down to 60-some pounds, lost her eyesight, all these things. So if people are out here living their best life, they don't want to know, they're not getting tested, you know, all these things, they could have this stuff for years. You cannot look at somebody and tell if they're infected. The only way to know is to get tested. So I would encourage everybody to protect yourself, right? Use protection, even if you in a committed relationship, you know, whatever, because you only have one life, you only have one body, you just got one. You know, we are convinced that we can go buy stuff and lay on the table. You just have one. You got to take care of what you got. You know, people could say, oh, organ donors and all that. Here's the thing about an organ donor, because I have an uncle who someone was nice enough to give him a liver. Your body can reject it. And every so many years, you got to get a new organ. And you have to find somebody that you are compatible with. And even if you are compatible with that person, your body can still reject it. On top of that, you have to take medication for it to function. Because you have to keep in mind, this is not your body. This is science. This is man-made. So man-made is never going to function the way that God intended for your original organs to function. So I'm just trying to, you know, piggyback off of what Nino Brown was saying about the STDs and, you know, look out for yourself. But even with people, if you're in a relationship and you stepping out on your partner, I mean, in a perfect world, you would hope that everybody is faithful and honest and transparent, but please wrap it up. You know, yeah, we think about side babies and unwanted kids and abortions and miscarriage. We think about all that stuff, but you don't know what you are bringing home to your partner and how they're, you know, like okay with with marijuana and dispensaries and, you know, all this stuff. When you are not sober, you're not going to make the same decisions. You know, if you kicking it and, you know, you had a couple of drinks and, you know, you've been smoking a little bit, you're not going to be like, oh, let me protect myself. Oh, this person might have something. You know, there are people out there who intentionally have things, who purposely give it to other people. And you have to ask yourself, right? Say, for example, you did contract something, because this is something people don't think about. Because a lot of times you got to think about the consequence of your actions. So say worst case scenario, you did contract something and it was AIDS, HIV, whatever, and you meet somebody, the love of your life. Now you have a decision to make. Are you going to be open and honest and transparent and tell this person and give them a choice? Or are you going to be selfish and just carry on as if you don't know, or take medication behind their back? And let me tell you, the pill, the legit pill, is $800 per pill. Not per month, per pill. One pill is $800. Just one. So for people who cannot afford the real pill, what are you going to get? You're going to get the generic pill. Well, they only legally have to supply a certain percentage of the real medication. So say legally they only have to put 60% of the actual medication in that pill, and then 40% is with fillers. You don't know the side effects that come with that medication. If you were to Google or YouTube some people who have made videos about the side effects, people have horrible like rashes and stuff on their skin, right? I ran into someone that I know, and I saw one of their family members, and they had this very unique, you know, rash, discoloration on the face. And, you know, my spirit spoke to me, and I was like, something ain't right. And I just so happened to, like, I felt like we were close enough, like we could have the conversation. I was like, so is so-and-so sick? And yeah, they had it. And come to find out, this person had it for like 20, 30 years. Now, I don't know if they were off their medication. I don't know, because I didn't ask those details, because it is a very sensitive topic, right? However, I pray that this message blesses you. I hope that you are protecting yourself. Please don't go out here and think that you can look at somebody and tell. In the 80s, yes, because people were dying from it. Now, because there's no money in the cure, right? The agenda is not for you to die from it. The agenda is for you to live with it, spread it to other people, because it's population control. You know, it's keeping the hospitals full and in business. They can sit up there and complain and say they understaffed, right? But all of that is promoted, right? So you got to look out for you. If you are dating somebody or in a relationship with somebody and they trying to force you to not use protection, that they don't want to get tested, you got to look out for you. You know, a lot of times you got to choose you. You got to say, hey, I need you to go get tested. I need you to wear some condoms or something. Like, this is an issue. You know what I mean? But don't ever let somebody body shame you. You know, get your checkups, get your pap smears, get tested. And this is not a gay disease, you know? This is not a gay disease. It's not a gay man disease. I do know a couple of gay guys who have it, but it's like, what woman doesn't have a gay best friend? I mean, close friend, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, they're a lot of fun. So, it is what it is. However, I just feel like they're more open and honest and transparent about it. But, God bless everybody. Watch Nino Brown videos, do the research yourself, Google this information, but protect yourself, and use music and social media as a form of entertainment, but please do not live your life like that. Like, don't ever listen to an artist or a song and just be like, yeah, look, this is your life. This is your body. This is your health. And you got to ask yourself, if you find the love of your life and you're infected, you have a decision to make. Are you going to keep it real and give them a choice? Or are you going to lie to them? And that will eat you up inside. Or if you're married, or you got a baby mama or whoever, and you out there and you cutting up, and you are sleeping around unprotected, you bring this person something, and now, they had a mom, they had a dad, now what? So, you just got to think about the consequences, just think about the consequences of your actions, because oftentimes it's promoted, live today like it's your last, but chances are you will wake up tomorrow. Chances are you're still going to be here a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. This is not a gay disease. I don't, that community's being targeted. I don't know. But this disease does not discriminate. So I pray that this word blesses you. If you are infected, or you know someone who is infected, or you're recently diagnosed, God bless you. I hope you get the medication and the resources that are available to you. I hope you are surrounded by people who love and care about you. But, and if you're not infected, please, protect yourself, get tested, get your partner protected. If you are out there living your best life, please protect yourself. And God bless you. Bye.